as well. And hopefully both streams should stay. Copy video URL. There we go. Alright, both streams are good to rock and roll. Close tabs. Well, no, not yours. I know, not that one. Display capture. Alright. Don't die. Alright.
Watch me.
Okay, so we're here. Do you all see the title screen? Have you made it?
Mm-hmm. Oh, damn it, I mistook. Yeah, I do see it. It's just that oh, god damn it.
What? What's up?
I mistook the, what's the word?
The wrong stream?
No, I'm not watching a different stream, it's just that I want to see the character creator for Ashen.
Oh, okay.
Nice detail. You don't pick a gender in that one, you pick a style.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Okay. Normal mode. Normal mode. Alright, Colby. So I'm going to be relying on you to keep me alive this entire thing.
Okay.
The 13 days after we awoke were the beginning of the end.
Serious?
Be quiet.
Best of luck.
So already this game has like passed a pretty big barrier. The first person that we see in this game is a person of color. And then a woman kicking ass.
She did it!
So was that Lars in Tekken 8?
Yeah.
They have a gun.
So far, so good. They all want to fight.
Good for them.
Oh, I just noticed that, like, what's his, Chops? Saz, pulled out 2 rocket launchers during that. So yeah, when I first played this game, I thought all this was really cool, but I had absolutely zero idea what, like, was going on here. It's literally actually when you said so, Colby, that I realized that you can read data logs that will actually they'll, like, give you the information that you need bit by bit to understand the context of what's happening. And people could complain about that and say that it's bad writing, but I don't know. To me, Final Fantasy always operated off of a base assumption that you believe certain things, and like if they feed you certain things, you'll think about it in different ways. So like
There's also the point that a lot of people didn't want to accept that the whole point of the story is that they're running the whole time. It's 13 days is all they have, and they're running from right now an oppressive government. People didn't want to accept that, hey, for once there's a Final Fantasy where actually the stakes like kind of matter, instead of, you know, oh, the world's ending, go and do a bunch of fetch quests.
Interesting way to look at it.
Although technically once you get to Grand Pulse it kind of becomes that anyway, but still.
Nah. I'm gonna pause for just a moment. I'm gonna raise the volume of my game because I can. To me, it's not loud enough. And let's see, what else can I change? I think that's it. Let's rock and roll. Can you all hear me?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, sweet.
Hey, let's be rational now.
Out of curiosity, can you all hear the game just fine?
Really choppy audio.
Oh, okay. Alright.
Hella pixelation.
What about you, Connie? Can you hear it just fine, or is the audio bad?
I could hear it before I muted it.
Oh.
Yeah, I can hear it fine. It's just that for now I'm I'm going to look at some other stuff while you do the section of the game that I've already seen recently.
Okay. Hold on, so the audio is really bad for you, Colby, and it's like really choppy?
Yeah, the audio, when there's a little bit of action on screen, the audio gets really choppy and pixelation happens everywhere.
Let me see. Properties, how about advanced properties? Close settings. Let me see if I can do like some very quick stereo cable input.
Like even right now, it's really your voice is fine since it's through Discord, but the YouTube stream, even right now, the audio just keeps chopping up.
Okay. Let me grab my phone real quick and see what it looks like from that angle. Okay. Alright, so looking at my computer, it seems to be sort of, or no, looking from my phone, the audio seems to not really be that bad from my angle, so my...
Yeah, right now it's fine, it's just, it comes and goes. Yeah, now it just went really pixely.
Yeah, when I use my phone to watch it, it seems to be absolutely fine. So let me see if I can actually just lower the bit, or lower the download size or something. Or perhaps I'll actually, what I could do is also just
Not so tough now, huh?
lower the latency, up the latency a little bit on my other.
Just don't worry about it.
Okay, all right.
Hey.
That, or we could just go to a private call on Discord.
I'm coming.
That cute thing.
This thing won't give up.
something else that I found a little surprising. This is not the knock on 13, but I learned later that this whole, like, you know, the battle plays out in an active time, but, like, we sort of, like, we sort of have to wait for our, like, meter to fill up so we can attack. That's actually always been a thing since, like, Final Fantasy VII, right?
Before that, yeah.
I see, okay. Because there's one thing that always turned me off from the concept of Final Fantasy is just that turn-based combat I just cannot stand. It's just something that my brain finds way too hard to plot around correctly. It could just be that I've had too many like turn-based games where the game was just way too hard, but still. Is the sound still fucking up for you?
No, it's okay.
Aren't you supposed to protect civilians, soldier? I mean, you are sanctum, aren't you? What are you doing trying to stop the purge? Why don't you tell me that?
I was a soldier.
Hey, where do you think you're going? Man. Chocobo, just can't catch a break, can we? Yeah, that's a good question.
I just noticed that they modeled a bulge onto Saz. Nice. Okay.
Pretty sure that's his hair.
No, don't change the control scheme. Control scheme's fine. Okay, alright.
You sure we can get through here?
I may have to change the up and down access, but whatever. For now, let's... okay, so... First thing to do is actually to read the data log, because if I did this back in my first time playing Final Fantasy 13, I probably would have been... it would have made way more sense going on. Alright, okay. Lightning and Saz are held aboard a military purge train along with a group of civilians destined for exile. In stark contrast to the uncertain and despairing people around her, Lightning appears determined and focused. She seizes upon an instant of inattention to disable a guard, and her impressive display inspires Saz and other civilians to take up arms against the soldiers. After clashing with army forces, the train crashes to a halt in the war-torn district known as the Hanging Edge. Saz attempts to figure out Lightning's angle, but she shows little desire to share. The former soldier throws herself into battle without the slightest hint of hesitation. What could be driving her? Question mark. Okay. Alright. That's more than enough of what I need. Okay. Alright, let's rock and roll. So, also something else, Colby? Let's give it a try. Let's press select on our key on our controller and turn off the minimap and see if that makes a modicum of a difference. There we go.
This is a mess is what this is.
Okay, let's take a moment to like admire what the level designers sculpted out in this game. Like, holy crap. Is it a little clear on your stream, Colby, what we're looking at?
It's fine.
Okay. Yeah, blah, blah, blah. Oh, okay, that's just that. Okay, so what does this thing do?
What do you suppose this is?
God, this is
Leaving its
adorable.
toys out now? Fixing to dish me already.
So, something else to understand. The game wants to sort of make a bit of a deconstruction of the hero with Lightning, right? That's my guess as to what they're doing with the character, because it's very apparent that Lightning's kind of a bad person. Try Blitz. Let's aim for the middle soldier right there. Are you okay? Okay, so you're just laughing, that's all.
Sorry, I'll be behind everybody because I switched over to the other stream because it's
Just that bad?
it's hurting my eyes.
Okay, do you want me to... Okay, in that case, I'll actually just turn off the voice on the other one.
Not wanting to get purged, I get. But taking on trained soldiers?
Better to die than get sent to...
We're just not going to use that one. Let me,
pulse. It's hell.
Yeah, well, hell's not sounding too bad. Because this place ain't exactly paradise.
Domesticated peacekeepers. Nothing to worry about.
Maybe not for a soldier girl, but I'm trying to say, hey! Guess we, gotta fight again, huh? No need to be pushing now. not leaving anything to chance with this purge, are they? How do we beat that?
Preemptive strike.
Rebels! So much for the element of surprise. Do we turn back?
There's no time.
Then what do you suggest we do?
Quiet.
Hey! 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 Wait! No, no! Don't leave me!
Let go!
No, hell no! You're my only way out of here! No! Hey! That might get us across. Right there. Right?
Looks that way.
All right. Leave this to me. appreciate it. Seems to be in working order. Hey now. This is not our lucky day. Give me a break. He's a soldier too, right? Can't you, like, pull some strings or something?
Deportees, are we? Weapons down. I'd hate for this to turn ugly.
Turn ugly?
He wants to kill us without a fight.
Time's up!
So, soldier. What's your angle? What? Classified military info? Hmm? What's the matter? You quit, didn't you? You think I'm gonna go out there and just tell everybody your secrets?
See. My angle. I'm after the Foul Sea. Still happy you tagged along.
Didn't have a choice.
On behalf of the good citizens, I would like to thank our brave false pioneers. choosing to leave Cocoon and participating in this migration.
Migration? More like extermination.
Huge. You stay here.
So sorry. I didn't mean to.
These people need heroes. Here. You keep your cool, and they will too. You got it?
Got it.
What's our motto?
The army's no match for Nora.
That a boy. It's over. It's all over.
You didn't do anything wrong.
I want to die. Never should have gone back.
Off and on with like whether or not the sound is okay or not.
Yeah, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter what quality I set it at. Even at 144p, sound and video will just randomly get hella pixelated.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I don't know what to do about that. Because it works just fine for Ark's end. So I don't know what's going on here. Why did my controller just stop working? Give me a second. Final Fantasy 13 and your terrible PC port. There we go. Yeah, so Snow, our second deconstruction of the protagonist, although I think a bit more on the nose. Can you imagine that so many government tax dollars were going into paying for those stupid uniforms?
This is crazy.
Then take a nap.
Really? Can I?
Oh my fucking
Sure.
god.
And when we're taking a dirt nap, you can save them all.
No, it's even worse.
Who wants a nap in the middle of a firefight?
No dirt naps today.
It's playing D&D?
We're all in this together. Our enemies, the Cocoon Sanctum, or dreaded SciComm, no less.
What's to dread? SciComm's nothing but a whole bunch of bluster and bullying. They've got nothing on Nora.
Well, we are the heroes after all.
Let's prove it.
So are we Antifa? Are we what the right thinks Antifa is? Are we what libertarians think Antifa is? What's going on here?
Sanctum's gonna pay for this.
Antifa super soldiers.
Yeah. Okay, so...
I mean, they
Hold up.
didn't die from falling from
Nothing
great
to worry
heights.
about.
Oh yeah, so hold up. Look at the back of Snow's, like, coat. Why is there suddenly this sigil on it?
Seems to be, must be something unique to the PC port, because I don't remember that on PlayStation at all.
Yeah. Like, my guess is that it's, like, it was, like that sigil was removed in, like, in the American version from the Japanese version. But then, like, why is it off in the middle of the game? I don't know, it's so weird.
Gotta clear a path out of here.
Maybe it's kind of like a final mix, you know? Okay, alright. So, for our... what's his name? Gadot has got, like, one hell of a low frame. See that low profile it's got there? I can just chuck a fucking grenade? Holy shit, I forgot that Snow can do that. Now you can just, like, just straight up chuck a grenade. You turn throwing dynamite into a martial art? Hey, as long as it works. Look at this Naruto cosplaying ass.
Yo, boss. What's the plan?
Charge in, guns blazing.
Hey, that's not a plan.
Why is this...
Real heroes don't need plans.
Why is young Titus with us right now? Ugh.
The army's no match for...
I find it hilarious that, like, he's constantly complaining, and he's also conveniently not in our party.
He's taking a dirt nap.
Okay, we'll focus on getting rid of this nerd first. Time to punch a dog.
You see that?
So I can't tell if I'm getting worse or better frames than when I played on PS3. Okay, let's see our party right now. Okay, so, this is kind of the only time we'll ever get to see this, having Gadot and Libre in our party. But it's kind of rare to see that. Oh, that's pretty cool. It, so
Yeah, it animates.
Mm-hmm, yep. Also, that animation is from, like, actually, like, a little bit later in the game, from what I remember. Okay, data log. New stuff? No. Let's rock and roll. No, let's, real quick, let's admire. Okay, Gadot's got, like, a pretty cool grimace on. Libre's got her, Vogue pose on.
Same
What are you
plan as
doing, Huge?
always. Hit him hard, and hit him again.
You're doing good, Huge. No,
Oh, that's not huge.
Oh, not Huge, not Huge. What's his name?
I can't remember.
Young Titus. Young Tidy. I'll come up with that one.
He's the computer nerd.
He's the gamer. You're doing good, man. The army's no match
You know
for
what?
Nora.
One other complaint people had was Vanille, that her voice sounded like a fake Australian accent, even though the voice actress is from Australia.
The army's no match for Nora.
Oh, apparently she just like before Final Fantasy 13 came out, she was diagnosed with alopecia areata.
Oh my, what's
Hair loss.
that? Aw.
She wears wigs and stuff because all of her hair fell out.
Vanilla still our lesbian sweetheart.
Sarah was voiced by Laura Bailey. Oh, who was apparently Kid Trunks and Kid Dende.
Oh, interesting. That's cool. Out of curiosity, who is Libria and Gadot voiced by?
Lebro?
Lebro and
we'll
Gadot,
see. We'll see in a second. Snow, we of course know is Troy Baker. First time, I guess, yeah. Hope was Vincent Martella, who also acted in Phineas and Ferb.
I've never watched Phineas and Ferb, but I'm sure that matters a lot to people. Also, have dynamite goddamn punches. Jeez. Remember, when you want to fight fascists, don't bring weapons, just straight up fucking punch them.
Fang was voiced by Rachel Robinson, who apparently isn't good enough for a Wikipedia page. Well, there is a Rachel Robinson on Wikipedia, but she's an old black lady. Pretty sure it's not her. Yeah, no, that's a professor, registered nurse.
Also, is it Gadot or Gadot?
It could be Gadot, yeah. Yeah, I wouldn't know, so it's Gadot.
You all okay?
See, is this the right Rachel Robinson? Yep. She also played a character in Fallout 4 and StarCraft 2.
God damn it, gamer.
Don't worry.
And a character in Hellsing Ultimate.
We'll clear you a path out of here, so be ready to...
Let me fight with you. You can't expect us to just sit here.
Good help.
Yep. Please, let us help.
This is, I think, they're more fascinating, like, story they're trying to tell here, which is, like, Snow wants to be a hero, and he's kind of got the build to be a hero, but it just kind of actually causes tragedy, which is a really interesting message.
I mean, it doesn't really seem to be a bigger tragedy than what would happen if Snow didn't intervene.
That's the thing, yeah.
Nice.
I mean, I wouldn't.
It's more Snow coming to terms with the reality that he can't save the world.
You sure?
But yeah, I wouldn't say that his intervention causes tragedy.
Well, I mean, he does bring her along.
Right.
That's the last one, boss.
He what?
He brings
her along.
Yeah, that character.
Last one. Somebody take it.
He brings whom along?
The woman in the stream we're watching that he just talked to and gave a gun to.
Okay.
You know what happens there, right?
I do remember what happens. I called what is going to happen to her. And
lay low and you'll be fine. We'll clear out the area.
I mean, if he did not intervene, she would have died anyway.
No, it's more than it's like a little more nuanced than that. It's sort of that he just kind of let anybody come along if they wanted to, even if they really probably shouldn't have. It's that's why I say it's a little more of an interesting message, because it's not as clear cut like what the answer is.
Yeah, I disagree.
Time to go, kiddo.
I agree more with Colby with regards to Snow coming to terms with the fact that he can't save everyone.
Oh, Datalog. Okay, alright. Datalog. Events. Chapter 1. The Warpath Home. The Purge is a sanctum initiative designed to protect the stability of Cocoon by forcing potentially dangerous civilians to relocate to Pulse. However, the relocation is simply a facade to cover the massacre that ensues. The government's true goal is the brutal extermination of any possible threats to peaceful society, or of all possible threats to a peaceful society. Having discovered the horrific truth, Snow leads the members of Nora against the government soldiers of SciComm. Wow, this feels more and more like fascism the more I read about it. Inspired by the actions of this handful of brave young men and women, the beleaguered civilians take heart and join the battle in hope of returning to a normal life. Among the citizens who stand against the forces of SciComm is a mother who wishes for nothing more than to protect her son.
Apparently, the guy who plays Noel, who doesn't show up until the second game, he's been in probably a bunch of different animes and cartoons you've seen. Everything from the original Sonic the Hedgehog cartoon to Batman TAS to Fairly Odd Parents, Afro Samurai, just everywhere.
So he's got one of those voices?
Yeah, he's also been like an actual actor in a few things too. As far as games, he's been in everything from Fallout 2 to Skyrim.
No, fucking everyone was in Skyrim.
Even one of my teachers.
Wait, are you serious? Or just joking?
Not really. It's just that one of the NPCs in Skyrim resembles in appearance one of my teachers, and also talks about his daughter, and that teacher of mine has a daughter who is also a member of the same faculty.
The guy who plays Godot has been in Call of Duty, Diablo 3, Call of Duty, Aliens, Colonial Marines, Dishonored, Mass Effect, in which he played news reporter Angry Turian, Sign Copeland. Street Fighter X Tekken, he played Lars.
Heroes don't run from fights.
Played Lars. Oh, okay, alright. Interesting.
Yeah.
So that's what his stance is.
Ah.
Apparently the characters, Godot, LeBreau, and Mackie, which Mackie's the blonde-haired one.
Sorry.
Apparently, the guy who designed them, he based their clothing on athletic clothing styles of basketball, beach ball, and snowboarding. So Godot's the basketball player, LeBreau's beach volleyball, and Mackie's snowboarding.
Nah, you know, that's actually kind of cool. Wait, how is that supposed to be basketball? Okay, I guess the shoes are kind of basketball. And is like what's snow? Skiing?
We gotta win this.
What?
What's snow based on? Skiing?
Yeah, it doesn't say, but I'm guessing just something extremely Japanese. I don't know.
Yeah.
He was designed around a motif of ice, with his bandana inspired by an unused costume element from Kingdom Hearts Coded.
No matter where we go, Kingdom Hearts is there.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, give me one
For
second.
13.
Okay, I gotta do something. I'll think like a second.
3 hours later.
Is that second game? Is that an American second?
What?
Is that going to be an American second?
What? What do you mean? What? I'm confused.
I joke about the fact that the units of measurement of time are longer in the US.
Oh. Sorry, I thought you meant second game. I was confused, I'm sorry.
Are you reading what I sent you?
No, I'm reading the more on Snow. Originally to have been called Storm, The development team nicknamed the character Mr. 33 Centimeters in reference to his shoe size while his name was still a secret.
Also, look at what I sent you.
Which one?
I sent you an image.
Almost unsettling.
The upper part of when the upper half of your face passes.
Alrighty.
Shams?
So, set a timer for 20 minutes. What up?
Cool.
Originally to have been called Storm, the development team nicknamed the character Mr. 33 Centimeters in reference to his shoe size. That's Snow.
Oh my god, he's like... like, I've gotta wonder if that was intentional for, like, Snow to be so overly heroically masculine.
He was originally intended to have a negative delinquent athletic type, but this was changed to his big brother persona.
Uh-huh. I see, okay.
Stay down.
Oh man, a delinquent type would have been also a pretty interesting story, since, like, it would, like, go from a story of a delinquent becoming a hero, and then delinquent learning that it still sucks. That being a hero means a lot of hard truths.
Is that a vagina?
Now
I
that's
told you,
a
didn't
vagina.
I? Moms are tough.
I can already see why people hated the game.
Now the question is, since Cocoon's in a sphere, are they falling up or down?
Was it reach the center? They just kind of there's like an entire glob of people in the center that kind of just go past and slow down and then go past the center again.
None of those people actually die. They just keep falling back and forth. They actually die from starvation.
Oh no, actually no. So it's actually a event every single year. So I know. Okay, this is awful. We're saying this while something really tragic is happening, but like. It's an event where like somebody has to clean away all the bodies, and then someone just kind of jumps down until they go as far as possible, and then follow it back up. And it's actually like Cocoon's sickest bungee jumping. Once again, we are sorry to the mother of hope here.
Are you sorry to me? Because is Cocoon a sphere?
Yeah, Cocoon's a big old sphere.
Don't you mean it's a ball?
No, because it's hollow.
Okay. But then what's the problem with things falling down?
No, we're joking
within
that,
the sphere.
No, it's hollow.
Okay.
They are inside. They are inside of the sphere. So are they falling up or down when they're falling?
I mean,
since the city is built around the inside of the sphere.
I mean, it's going to work rather similarly to. It's going to work rather similarly to a ball. So, gravity is still going to be there. The center of gravity is also going to be the same.
Mm-hmm. So what happens when you reach the center?
Pretty much the same thing as if you could pass through a ball that has a mass and it affected you with the gravitational force. But again, you could pass through it. It would be the same. It would be pretty much the same.
As in, you would bungee jump?
It depends on the specifics, but basically, okay, sure.
All right.
The same
That is
would
the answer you
happen.
were looking for.
The same would happen. The same would happen if you drilled a tunnel through the earth and decided to jump.
No, well, isn't that impossible because like the lava would just seep right through? All right, whatever.
Where would it seep?
Really rather this not be the thing that we argue about for the next hour and a half and everybody gets angry.
Never mind. Never fucking mind.
What? Sanctum logic. They conjured up the purge to eliminate a threat.
Oh my god, this is so clearly trying to talk about fascism. Or at least something adjacent to it.
Why carry the danger all the way to Pulse? Why not?
It's one of the few Final Fantasies that actually takes its keeps its story on track all the way through.
That's all the purge.
Because Final Fantasy VII, you know, it's got an environmental message for, I'd say like the first half, but then it takes a hard it's got like anti-corporatism and like environmental message for like the first half, and then it takes a hard swerve into, oh no, magic witch, gotta fight her.
Soldiers are soldiers, aren't they?
What do people mean when they say words?
Tell a soldier to kill an enemy, and you really think it's gonna matter what uniform he's wearing?
Might have mattered to that one. Couldn't shoot. Got himself shot instead.
How about you?
I'm not actually shot, I'm just pretending. Don't kill me.
Fine. Forget I asked.
They totally got you. Shut up, Jeff, shut up. Shut the fuck up.
Wait. What?
Turn off my fan, because my room's cold, and I've got the fireplace on.
Oh, these fucking enemy.
So, I don't remember anything about this enemy, but at the beginning of the game, it's probably not a problem.
This boss, you had to heal up against this boss.
Yeah, a couple of times, but I also had to heal up previously as well.
They are a piece of shit enemy to battle with their later versions that it's just hard, fast, repetitive attacks that are such a pain in the ass.
Also, has the stream been clear for you so far, Colby, or still random issues?
It's alright.
Awesome.
Oh,
you know,
so
okay.
Good.
No, good.
Who?
Okay, alright, I'll talk. One frustrating thing that's in this game is because of the active battle system that, like, uses, like, a pretty interesting, like, it uses, like, your physicality, but it's all canned by the game's, like, coding. But that does mean that there are times where, like, you'll attack and an enemy will move and it'll miss, and it's like, interesting, okay. I guess it means I gotta start, like, being careful about my timing a little bit more, which is, I guess, an interesting idea, but, like, when I first played, I was definitely terrible at that.
What's that? Huh?
Is this the giant, Pope Dick? Oh god, it's the giant Pope Dick. Here it comes.
So, by the way, why is the robot in Metal Gear Solid 3 called V/A Walker?
No. This land is no longer your home.
Sarah.
And that there, if I remember right, is one of the Pulse File C they're removing.
The Pulse File C.
I always found this cutscene to be funny. I gotta wonder if there's supposed to be some visual symbolism in what just happened there, but that is a very, very abstract symbol.
Face it later. Ciao!
Hey, wait!
Okay, so like, I guess like
You said
symbolically
it
that
made
was
you
her
happy
like,
when
I don't know.
smiled, didn't you? But really, I was afraid. I was always afraid.
Jesus wants a hug.
So, how do you figure that post-foul scene is different from the sanctums? All things being equal, I just as soon keep wondering.
Time to jump.
Yeah, I know. Hey, hang on!
Other thing though, the voice acting in this game is also absolutely fantastic.
Mm-hmm.
Like this, people said that the voice acting in Final Fantasy 15 was great, and there are some parts where it's good, but this game, every character is like always giving it
She
their
can
all.
do it, so can we.
Saz in particular, I think is one of my favorite voice actors in the game because really, really feels like the guy's what he like what he's supposed to look like.
It's painful to watch.
What is?
The falling.
Oh.
I'll be right back. I gotta take Lucy out.
Okay.
Come on, come on.
What about the others? They didn't die. They couldn't have died.
Of course not.
Hey, get a grip, man! What's wrong with you?
Get him home. Get who home?
Toss me that.
Catch. What are you doing?
So what are you afraid of, huh? You're supposed to be the hero. She's waiting there, ain't she? Your lovely bride-to-be? Isn't it about time you picked her up?
Yeah. There's our ride.
Now you're talking.
Let's see. Data logs. What do we got here? Events. Chapter 1. Fallen Innocents. Cocoon citizens have always been terrified of Pulse and the mysterious horrors that is said to stalk its hostile wastelands. Their fear is so great that if a Cocoon native were to have even the briefest contact with Pulsian elements, former friends and neighbors would consider them corrupted and dangerous. In light of this fact, the Sanctum orders the purging of Bodum in an effort to remove all potentially Pulse-tainted civilians. Accordingly, soldiers round up all those identified as candidates for relocation and inform them of their impending exile. However, Psycon, the elite arm of the Sanctum military, then begins to massacre the helpless civilians. This prompts Snow to lead the people in a rebellion against the army. Tragically, one of the civilians who decides to follow him, hoping to protect her son, dies in the act of saving Snow's life. From afar, the boy witnesses the moment of his mother's death in shock and disbelief. the foul sea awaits. A massive object is transported through the sky over the hanging edge. This object is a pulse vestige, a lower world artifact. A lower world artifact that had been nothing more than a Bodhum landmark. 2 days ago, it was discovered that the vestige housed a long dormant pulse foul sea. The foul sea had slumbered undisturbed on the outskirts of a cocoon city for centuries. The Sanctum decrees that the presence of the pulse entity and its corrupting magics have tainted the entire population of the city, and orders the purge. For different reasons, Lightning and Size now make their way towards the very being that was the catalyst for so much tragedy. Snow, meanwhile, is crushed by feelings of guilt after many die under his command. He only emerges from his gloom when Gato reminds him that the foul sea is holding a certain young lady captive, who needs her hero more than ever. Alright, so hold up. The 13 days. A foul sea of pulse origin was discovered within a vestige on the outskirts of Bodhum 2 days previously, having apparently spent centuries in hibernation with humans none the wiser to its presence. The Sanctum deemed the potential contamination by pulse magic a risk too great to overlook, and immediately enacted legislation permitting the purge, an involuntary removal of the foul sea and the entire population of Bodhum from Cocoon. Deportees were told only that they would be transported to Pulse.
In other words, the Pope found an illegal immigrant and decided to purge the whole place.
Nah. Histories and myth. Here we go. This is what I think I needed so long ago. Pulse. Resting in Cocoon's shadow, the sprawling and enigmatic lower world of Pulse is home to a multitude of terrors. The land is commonly believed to be inhospitable to human life, and a strict ban on interworld travel forbids citizens of Cocoon from venturing there to challenge this hypothesis. Not even members of Sanctum's upper echelon can claim to have seen the surface with their own eyes, but the attempted invasion by the world's savage armies several centuries ago is well documented. Uh-oh. 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 I sense some false history here. Widespread fear of a repeated assault persists among the populace even today, with colloquial references often likening the world to a manner of living hell.
Are you saying fake news?
Pulse Fal'Cie. Fal'Cie are an existence beyond human comprehension, possessed of incredible magic power. The ones responsible for Cocoon's construction are protectors of humanity. But there are others of their kind as well. The Fal'Cie who dwell on Pulse and name themselves enemies of Cocoon. Humans who encounter Pulse Fal'Cie are cursed, being turned to l'Cie in order to destroy Cocoon. It is for this reason that most ordinary citizens support the Purge. Anyone who may have come into contact with one of these Fal'Cie represent a dire threat. Okay, so help me out here, Colby. So, like, Pulse Fal'Cie are inhabitants from Pulse, right?
Pulse Fal'Cie are basically demigods that come from Pulse.
Gotcha. They can come from Pulse, and if they meet any of the l'Cie, if they meet any of the humans here on Cocoon, then they have the chance of being contaminated, right?
They meet any human at all.
Any human at all. Locales. Here we go. Cocoon. From her lofty seat, the world of Cocoon... I probably should have started from the very bottom and then gone upwards. From her lofty seat, the world of Cocoon has long enjoyed tranquility. The interior of her spherical shell supports several sprawling cities and a population numbering in the tens of millions. Oh my god, that's so many. Holy shit, 10 million?
Tens of millions.
Tens of millions. Although a variety of dangerous beasts prowl the wilds, advanced technology and the protection of the world's Fal'Cie keepers ensure residents a peaceful and prosperous existence. Travel to the lower world of Pulse is forbidden, but given their deep-seated cultural fears of the place, Cocoon citizens would not even think to venture beyond the paradise they know. The Hanging Edge.
It says live stream offline.
Oh, what?
Not for me.
Now it's back.
Okay, sweet, alright. A relic of the days before the War of Transgression. Alright, we'll have to find out what that is later on. The Hanging Edge is located near Cocoon's outer rim. The area was once a thriving urban city. Oh, of course it's the urban city that they attacked. But residents were forced to abandon the location when attacked by Pulsian forces. When an attack by Pulsian forces cracked Cocoon's shell during the conflict several centuries past. Okay, let me reread that to make sure I got that right. The area was once a thriving urban city, but residents were forced to abandon the location when an attack by Pulsian forces cracked Cocoon's shell during the conflict several centuries past. It was since designated a restricted zone, and when civilian access prohibited, soon became nothing more than a name on local maps. Interesting. Okay. Oh, food's done. BRB.
It just works. Colby?
What's up?
It just works.
I don't get it.
Eh? It just works.
Oh.
No matter what condition your tools are in, you always seem to make them behave as you think they should. You may use poor quality items as if they were normal quality. Combat is paused while the party looks up whether or not elephants can vomit. US poacher sentenced to watch Bambi. What?
Feel for the animal it killed.
One of the classes in Dungeons and Dragons is lawyer. Muscle wizard, flexes for hexes.
Yellow, that took so long. Alright. Where were we?
Spell Fury, extremely angry sorceress.
Heh. Alright, let's see. Cocoon Society. Oh my fucking god, okay. We'll go quickly.
I just want to point out one thing, the voice actor who plays the evil Pope, he also played a character named Flapper in Dink the Little Dinosaur.
Is Liam O'Brien... Does Liam O'Brien voice anybody in Final Fantasy 13?
No, only in 13 too.
Oh god. Oh, right. It's that character who... Yeah, okay. Okay.
Cocoon's central government... Oh my... Look at that face. I am the Pope. Cocoon's central government, the Sanctum, holds supreme executive, legislative, and judicial power. It runs the economy. It also maintains directive authority over the military. It's the king. The king. It's a monarchy. What are we talking about here? It also maintains directive authority over the military. Despite the fact that Cocoon was built by the fal'Cie and not by humans, fal'Cie opts to participate only superficially in governmental affairs, leaving... Wait, what? Leaving Cocoon's administration entirely at the discretion of the human sanctum and its Primarch, Galantes... Hold on. The government works with fal'Cie?
Yeah.
But I thought they deport everyone who touch fal'Cie.
There are Sanctum fal'Cie and there are Pulse fal'Cie. And the Sanctum has declared that all Pulse fal'Cie are bad, and anyone who comes in contact with them is bad. Whereas the Sanctum fal'Cie are the only thing keeping Cocoon alive. They provide the water, they provide the ability to grow food, they provide everything.
What are the fal'Cie again?
Gods. Demigods.
Okay. Okay.
It's very important to note that they are demigods for the purposes of the overarching story of everything.
To the millions who call Cocoon home, the lower world of Pulse represents a constant source of fear. Suspect association with Pulse means stigmatization as an enemy of the state and all mankind, even for born and raised citizens of Cocoon.
Basically, it's Mexico.
Yeah. The recent discovery of a foul seed from Pulse near the city of Bodum caused widespread civil unrest. After placing the city's entire population under quarantine due to the possibility of contamination, the Sanctum then announced its intent to forcibly relocate the affected to Pulse in an emergency measure dubbed by authorities as the Purge. SciComm. The Sanctum military is composed of two main branches, the Guardian Corps, responsible for maintaining security in various jurisdictions throughout Cocoon, and SciComm, Public Security and Intelligence Command. Okay, who is it that gets to create, like, cool-sounding acronyms? Like, what's that job? I want that job.
Cool acronym store. I don't know.
Yeah, he's like, 'cause one, I want that job, and two, I want to be able to do that. Because like,
I would just assume they work backwards. They make a word that they want to be an acronym, and then they figure out what they can fit into it.
I try that, and even I suck at it. So I don't know. So,
one other thing I needed to point out is the guy that voices the evil Pope. His last name is Bullock.
Bullocks. SciComm is an elite special operations unit charged with protecting Cocoon from Pulsian incursion. In contrast to the lightly armed Guardian Corps, SciComm employs an array of advanced heavy weaponry and cruiser-class airships. As SciComm bears responsibility for any and all threats of Pulse origin, it was SciComm who conducted the purge.
You'll see at the bottom of that image how, oh, okay, never mind.
No, I'll move back to it.
You'll see at the bottom of that image how SciComm is spelled out with weird symbols. They actually made a alphabet for the game.
Is it based off the English alphabet?
Yeah. Well, yeah, I think they edited it for the like Western release, I think. I'm not sure.
That's kinda neat, actually. Because then that means that if we get good at it, we can technically read all the text that's just lying around in the game.
It's kind of like what they did for Final Fantasy X with the Albed language.
Bioweapons.
Which Albed were basically Muslims of Final Fantasy X.
Okay, I'm in. Sanctum has developed a vast arsenal of weaponry to defend against the constant threat of Pulse, and these living weapons are one of the many fruits its research has borne. Oh yeah, pro-science, since it's being used to only make weapons. Ordinary Cocoon wildlife transformed into efficient... Oh, wildlife, dang, from Cocoon specifically. Efficient killing machinery through selective breeding, intense training, and physical augmentation, bioweapons retain all the raw power and feral fury of their natural counterparts, while obeying the commands of their handlers with unwavering loyalty. Tight. AMP technology. Okay, this is cool. Antimatter manipulation principle. AMP. Shut up, I want that job. Forms the foundation for a variety of technological wonders, enabling phenomena ranging from phase space interference to the manipulation of gravitational force. Humans ordinarily lack the means to wield magic, but through the use of mana drives, another product of the principle, it is possible to synthesize its effects. Okay, so that's what our space magic is.
That's why it's important that in Final Fantasy XIII too, Sarah and Noel can use magic without having mana drives.
Interesting, okay. Nora. Oh, so that means that technically, like, when, okay. The paramilitary organization known as Nora is a group composed of like-minded youths, assembled by Snow and self-funded by the operation of a seaside cafe in Bodum. Wait, is that where... Okay, I'll ask later. Functioning as a neighborhood watch of sorts, Nora members patrol the vicinity of Bodum for trouble. Most often, trouble consists of encroachment by dangerous forms of wildlife. Nora had never openly acted out against the Purge, against the Sanctum prior to the Purge, and because of this, the military has been content to turn a blind eye to the group's activities. Interesting. Ah, that's interesting. So the Purge...
were you going to ask if that's where they got the idea for Fast and the Furious? Because yes, it is.
No, I was gonna ask if Bodum is where Final Fantasy 13 2 like takes place in the beginning.
No, it takes place on Pulse.
Oh, okay, never mind.
Oh, good day.
Alright, so we've just got a slab dab of exposition.
I hope everyone's alright.
Except we chose to do it, which is what gamers have always asked for. Let's go.
Standing there ain't gonna stop us.
What kind of power circle is that? Equipment?
Orphan has a voice? How did that happen? And the person that voices Orphan also voiced Mahad in Yu-Gi-Oh!
I'm interested.
And somebody in Sengoku Basara?
I'm not interested in Sengoku Basara, I'm interested in Senran Kagura. If you have any idea what I just said there.
With regards to Sengoku Basara, which character? Who voiced what character?
The guy who voices Orphan. Which I didn't even know Orphan had a voice. That's interesting. He also, his other work was Bedtime Bear, Birthday Bear, and Funshine Bear, and Care Bears Welcome to Care-a-Lot.
I'm sorry, who do they voice in Sengoku Basara?
What?
Who do they voice
in Sengoku Basara and who
they voice Sarutobi Sasuke.
Okay.
Sasuke.
They also voiced... Oh my god. I'm pretty sure they had a voice in every anime ever made. Jesus Christ.
They have one of those voices?
Oh my goodness. Alien 9, B. Damon Crossfire, Bakuman, Black Butler, Bleach, Burst Angel, Bubblegum Crisis, Case Closed, Cyborg 009 vs. Devilman,
Nice.
D. Gray Man, Digi-Shirat, Digimon Fusion, Dinosaur King, Domain of Murder, Durarara.
I swear to God, if you say Kuriko's basketball. Yeah, Durarara.
Eden of the East, Fairy Tail, Freedom Project, F-Zero, Fullmetal Alchemist, they were Leo. Future Diary, Gal Force, Gaugagar, Glass Fleet, Gokusen, Hades Project, Zeromir, Italia, Tori, Killer. In four different versions of Italia: Axis Powers, Beautiful World, World Twinkle, and World Series.
Have you ever seen Italia?
In each one of them, they were In each one of them, though, they were Netherlands.
But do you guys know what Italia is?
No.
It's an anime where basically every single country is represented by a character. And
that makes sense.
You play as the main character, Italy. The joke writes itself at that point.
Hinotori, Ichi the Killer, Joe vs. Joe, Jormungand, Kakarenbo, Kizuna, Kakashi, Night Hunters, Kurakami, Let's Go Tamagotchi, Magic Users Club, Magical Do-Re-Mi, Marvel Anime Blade, Iron Man, and X-Men.
Hold on, Colby, real quick. For just a moment, we're just gonna enact some really, really wholesome masculinity here. Okay, not wholesome, just some really cool masculinity here.
Yeah, these bikes make no sense.
Yeah, I don't know what they're seeing.
Hey, Godot.
Yeah?
If you don't know who you've got to save, you just protect them all, right?
The song playing right now, that's Snow's theme.
Something on your mind?
Really? This is Snow's theme.
Oh, great fucking workout music.
I can already see it right now. He's just like curling iron, showing off these massive biceps.
Yeah. I personally enjoyed playing it in my iPod while I was walking into the gym, because I just felt like, yeah.
Damn stuff.
So why couldn't you turn around as cool as he did?
Shut up, man. I love this though. That was such a So I'm not sure what was going on there. If that was like him trying to psych up Snow to like get his act together again, because all they did was kind of fly a few meters back to this spot.
So one of the classes in Dungeons the Dragons has a feat called Duty's Call, and it has the following effect. During combat, you have regeneration 1 as long as you haven't lost any hit points since the end of the previous turn. The feat is called Duty's Call.
Oh, I get it.
Colby?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Hey, Snow! You made it!
Hey, yo. So, you really managed to use that thing?
I think I'm done.
You're done when we are.
Ow, what's it?
That's the one.
Didn't you have something to tell him?
Yeah,
All right then.
but
I'll go with you.
What?
You have no idea what it was like. Oh.
Everyone safe?
The army's no match for Nora.
I meant the kids.
All accounted.
Hey, LeBrew, can you, like, slap him again for that?
Let's keep it that way, alright?
I like how Vanille is, like, so excited to have Hope kind of confront Snow as something pretty major.
I'll swing by the vestige. Keep the kids out of trouble.
You got it. Say hi to the missus for me.
I think that part right there was commentary on toxic masculinity.
Yeah.
Dinner's on me.
Better be home cooking.
Here's the thing, though.
Women in the workplace.
Don't worry,
Yeah.
none
Here's
of
the
you
thing,
are
though.
invited.
Was that like a foreshadowing about something with Vanille, or I don't know? Like you be. It's up to you whether or not you want to like play toy with me, or just kind of not let me go down like a useless rabbit hole.
It was literally just showing that Snow and them are so hopped up on their own hype that they like don't listen to other people.
Okay, alright. I thought it was like revealing that like Vanille like activated the motorcycle and the Snow didn't notice or something.
No.
Okay. Thanks. I know me and Axel, we often do that, and like I often tell them like, yeah, just that's not gonna happen, and because we know that if we just kind of let something like that kind of sit, we'll just go down like a mental rabbit hole. All right.
Despite what many people think about lesbians, they do not have the power to remote activate motorcycles.
But it should be true. Snow still cannot shake his feelings of guilt. Despite his efforts to protect the Purge deportees from the Sanctum forces, many have fallen. The death of one woman in particular haunts his thoughts. A mother fighting for the sake of her son, who gave her life to save Snow. In the moments before her death, the woman begged the leader of Nora to take care of her child, but slipped from Snow's grasp without revealing the boy's identity. With Godot's help, Snow breaks out of his depression. Oh, that was quick. He figures out that... I'm not gonna make that joke. He figures out that if he just goes ahead and protects everyone, then the woman's son will be saved as well. After checking to see if the children are safe, Snow leaves the waning battle to his fellow Nora members and sets off with a new determination towards the Vestige. His fiancée is still held captive by the Pulse Fal'Cie. Wait, do I have this wrong the whole time? So that big thing that appeared, that's not like...
And that's the Pulse Fal'Cie that they found and are trying to remove.
I see. Okay. A boy watches him leave, eyes filled with rage and loathing. To his grief-stricken mind, Snow is responsible for his mother's death. Okay. Already, we're in for some juicy drama.
To finish out the list, other things the man has been in: Monster, Mr. Osamatsu, Munto, Mushishi, Naruto Shippuden.
I know about Mushishi.
Yeah, Naruto Shippuden, he plays Sora, Udakata, And he was Reincarnated Ninja in episode 316 and Villager in episode 150. Ninja Nonsense, One Piece, Tema Inverted, Hat Labor, The Mobile Police, Piano, The Melody of a Young Girl's Heart, Pokemon, Pokemon Heroes, Samurai 7, Samurai Deeper Kaio, Sengoku Basara, Shaman King, Shin-Chan, Shoot Fighter Tekken, Slayers, Sonic X, Space Dandy.
I've heard of that name in a long time, Sonic X.
Space Dandy, Stitch, Summer Wars, Tales of Zestiria the X, Tiger and Bunny, Time of Eve, The Galaxy Railways, The Skycrawlers, The Weathering Continent, Urusei Yatsura, Welcome to the Space Show, Your Name, Yu-Gi-Oh! And Zetman. And again, he was also 3 different Care Bears in Care Bears Welcome to Caroline.
Everybody keep calm.
Good. Alright, so...
In The Batman, he is credited as Man Screaming It's Joker.
So who are you? I'm the man who screams Joker! Really? What do you do? Joker! Oh god!
Oh, I know you.
We'll get you all something.
He played Nightmare in Kirby 3D. He was in Speed Racer: The Next Generation.
Go Speed Racer.
He was Leonardo in Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles.
Go Speed Racer.
And also Leonardo in Turtles Forever.
Go Speed Racer. Go.
And Dean Venture in The Venture Brothers.
And it was who plays who? Hope?
No, it's the person that plays the voice of Orphan, who, again, I didn't know how to voice.
Alright, it's now time for Hope to try and enact masculinity.
I want to tell him. It's just that...
Now, this part I've always found kind of funny.
You know how to fly this?
Yeah, I think so.
All right. In you go. That way.
That way. You're pointing out the. You're pointing out the front of the. I don't know how these motorcycles work. I always found that
Honestly, not even sure there's a compass here.
If we go in there,
I always found that one part funny.
it could make us Lassie. This is... I don't think I can...
You can do it.
What are you two doing?
Here we go.
Breaking the law. Oh, okay. So there's a screen on the front there. Gotcha.
Uh-oh.
Hang up job, Hope.
Back here! You hear me? Hey!
The pulse Valsea. It held our future. And our fate.
Nothing could go wrong here.
Nothing at all. Alright, you can start watching, Connie. This is pretty much where we left off.
In Grand Theft Auto 5, he played the local population.
It's just him. Yep, just got one of those voices. It's just like a blood trail. Game over. Credits roll. Kingdom Hearts 2.
Still thought it was really weird when the evil Pope turned into Goofy.
Oops. Well then. Guess it's just us.
What did you expect?
Oh, so what was that interesting like hand signal that you did?
Even soldiers
Just
know
a
not to go
thing.
near the
Just a
foul
thing?
sea.
Is it a
Come
big A
across
do
the
crime
sea,
symbol?
And you're finished.
Mm-hmm.
P-trans
What do you
the
mean
arson.
finished?
Mm.
Haven't you heard, Miss...
Vanille.
Huh?
My name. And yours?
Hope. Thank you. What were we thinking?
Well, since we're here, let's look around.
The Pulse Fal'Cie. Lower World Vestige.
Oh, check this out.
So this I never understood. How did she get this thing?
Get what thing?
You'll see it in a second. This I never understood. It's like a small detail of like, this is how you get your weapon. But like, how, where? What is that thing? What, is it like a, the Ultra Fisherman's like fishing pole with like 17 like strings you can reel with?
Yeah, I've never really understood how it works either.
Yeah. And then the boomerang. Where did the boomerang come from? I was always like, it's a complete nitpick that does not matter at all. But I always found it like just kind of like, wait, where'd it come from? Have we always had those?
Thing just seems way too fucking dangerous.
Uh-huh.
Back to exploring.
I always really dug the way that when someone finishes using their item, they'd find a cool way to stow it.
Better stay close.
Alright, okay. And now we play as this game's premier lesbian sweetheart, Vanya. Oh my god, look at her go. Okay, for this we will use a mini-map. Alright, let's see, is our data log updated with something? Events, okay.
Interesting. The woman who plays Jill in this, she also played Fuka in Persona 3, Laughing Octopus in Metal Gear 4.
Yeah, that sounds... Oh my god, that's a real person, isn't it? It's not an actual Laughing Octopus.
Yeah, Laughing Octopus is the one that, I think her backstory is that she, like, Americans, like, bombed her homeland, or someone bombed her homeland, and she was in a basement and drank, like, nasty, dirty water, and she hallucinated that it was ink, and an octopus showed up, and she started laughing at all dead bodies of her brethren.
Holy shit.
And when you first meet her, she talks a lot about death, and then she looks at Snake and says, "It's so fucking hilarious, isn't it?" Always liked her.
Okay, real quick, I gotta use the bathroom, I'll be right back.
She was also Lulu in Final Fantasy X and X-2. I didn't know that Liam O'Brien was also a director. Did you know that, Constance?
I knew that Liam O'Brien was Illidan.
Was what?
Illidan.
And he apparently also did directing for, oh, excuse me. He directed for Naruto, The Last of Us, Evolve, and Resident Evils 5 and 6. Oh, he was in Persona as well. Oh, he played Akihiko in Persona 3.
So yeah, in DTD, some feats allow you to, while attacking enemies, to set yourself on fire.
So become the Human Torch.
You still take damage.
Mm-hmm.
And it doesn't give you any sort of powers on its own. Like Covenant of Cauterization. You're immune to fatigue from being on fire. In addition, whenever you keep an exploded die on your focus power test with a spell that has the incendiary property or otherwise would light someone on fire, you can set yourself on fire.
Alright. Where were we? Okay. For centuries, a pulse fal'Cie has slumbered undisturbed on the outskirts of a Cocoon city. One day, the lower world entity is finally discovered. Cocoon's peaceful society is plunged into chaos. The government judges the city's inhabitants to have been tainted by their unwelcome guest and begins a merciless campaign to expunge both the fal'Cie and the corrupted citizenry from the face of Cocoon. Instead of the exile they were led to expect, the civilians face extermination at the hands of the Sanctum army. The people attempted to fight back, but are hopelessly outmatched by the military. Lightning cuts her way through the battlefield, doggedly followed by the desperate Saz. Snow, meanwhile, seeks to rescue his fiancée, and the boy, spurred on by dreams of revenge, pursues Snow with the help of an unusual young lady. Though driven by separate goals, their paths all led to the same end, the Pulse fal'Cie. Alright. Let's very quickly run through Chapter 2. In pursuit of Snow. Hope has fallen into a panic. In his single-minded pursuit of Snow, he has rushed into the... Okay, I'm still here, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, alright, sweet, sorry. For a second I thought no one was hearing me. Hope has fallen into a panic. In his single-minded pursuit of Snow, he has rushed into the lair of a fal'Cie and is only now recalling the terrible nature of the being that lurks within. The Pulse entity could use its power to curse them to turn them into l'Cie. Pulse l'Cie are the doomed servants of the fal'Cie who created them, despised and feared by the people of Cocoon. Hope's companion, Vanille, seems unconcerned by this dreadful possibility. Bemused by her indomitable cheerfulness, that's a term I'm going to be using for a while now, he nervously follows her in search of Snow. It was Snow who convinced his mother to fight. It was Snow she was protecting when she died. And it is Snow who must be made to pay. Okay, alright, I think oh god, history's a myth, there we go. Pulse l'Cie. The beings known as fal'Cie possess the power to enthrall unwilling human instruments, compelling the victims to serve their will. These individuals, known as l'Cie, are marked with indelible brands. They gain the gift of magic, but also bear the burden of completing a task known as a focus for their fal'Cie master. Pulse l'Cie, tools of fal'Cie from the world below, are considered dangerous enemies of Cocoon society, as there exists no means of removing the l'Cie brand and the curse thereby imposed. Pulse l'Cie are hunted relentlessly. Alright.
By the way, Saz's son, Dodge.
Yeah.
The guy that voice acts him also is Ike from South Park.
Aw, damn it. Is he at least a person of color?
No photos available.
Here's nothing. But whatever. fal'Cie sculpted Cocoon in antiquity. using resources harvested from the world below. When Cocoon's shell was fractured in the war, they repaired it with raw materials again gathered from Pulse, buildings chief among them. Remnants of these structures, termed vestiges, can still be found throughout Cocoon society. The centuries-old vestige outside of Bowden was believed to be nothing more than a harmless curiosity. The discovery of a Pulse fal'Cie inside its walls proved this false, however, leading to the detainment and subsequent purging of countless citizens whose only crime was being in the wrong place at the wrong time. Gotcha. Alright. Yes?
So there's a gun kata in DTD
Sure this is the right way?
called Gear Shelter, and it focuses on using cover.
That's cool. Okay.
The person that voices Sid Raines also played a role in High Society, a pot boiler. A stoner movie.
All enemies guard area. Okay, alright. So I remember this. If we can get behind them, we can get a sneak attack on them. I remember this. And that's pretty useful. No, camera, turn! Oh my fucking god, camera.
He was also Azuma in Ghost in the Shell standalone complex.
No daydreaming now.
Alright. So what are our skills?
Goodbye.
Hey, I remember that Vanille's auto attacks were pretty terrible. They were slow and like took a long time to enact, but they were ranged. So there is one upside.
Vanille, if I remember right, she has the role of synergist.
Yep. So she spends.
Or no, saboteur. I think she's a saboteur.
Oh my goodness, are you okay?
It's just a cake. I speak for the cake.
So I remember, yeah, she's both a saboteur, a medic, and a synergist. Because I know Hope is mostly a synergist, a ravager, and something else.
Interesting fact: Hope's mom that Snow kills.
Oh, wait, did I say Snow or Hope when I was talking about the other person? Because I meant Hope. I was talking about Hope. Oh yeah, okay. Snow.
Hope's mom that Snow kills is named Nora.
Really?
As is Snow's group.
That's really interesting. Oh yeah, they never actually did mention why what Nora's an acronym for. I know it's definitely not Hope's mother, but still. Uh-oh. I don't think we should have gone here.
Not so much.
You really don't get it.
Oh, uh-oh.
Pulse fal'Cie and l'Cie are bad news. That's why Cocoon kicked them out. Live too close to the fal'Cie, one-way ticket to Pulse. That's the purge in a nutshell.
If they catch us here, they'll purge us too. And
What's
then...
your problem?
What's my... Pulse is hell on Earth. Huh?
We'll be okay. Calm down.
Get off me.
Oh my god. The third protagonist.
Sarah! Huh? Can you hear me? Where are you?
Snow doesn't know how to take a hint.
Nah. Look, when she crystallizes herself to get away from you, then you've crossed the line.
Don't worry, Sarah.
By the way, Hope's mom also played Nina in Tekken.
Oh, interesting. Her voice didn't ring a bell, but I wasn't really paying much attention. She had one of those voices.
That's for.
I like that. Snow sees something, and what he does is just walks up to just fucking press it.
I mean, don't we all?
Come on, Snow. Let's see what's back here. there a thing? Nah, it's just there for decoration. Okay. What about back here? Oh yeah, there's something back here. Alright. Two potions. I guess that was worth it, question mark? It might, never mind. Oh, I should have just slapped him from the butt. Oh well. I'm a hero, I can take this on myself.
Wrapped up and ready!
Rah!
4 items that Square Enix released when 13 came out were Lightning's necklace, Snow's necklace, a LaCie-themed card case, and a LaCie-themed lighter.
Do you have an equivalent of Mucinex, Connie? It sounds like that might help.
Just too easy.
Do you like? Did you hear what I said?
Yeah. Don't worry. It's just cake.
No, you've been coughing for like the past like 2.
Yeah,
3 hours
it's normal when I eat this cake.
I know, but even then, still, it might help.
Just hold on, Sarah.
Sure, nothing bad could come of this.
Yeah.
Still won't budge? I think the door is winning.
Beg your pardon?
It was me. This is my fault. Cover your ears.
Huh? Oh, blast charge? Oh wait, hold on. All right, hold. All right, go for it. Make it happen.
I'm so sorry. Please let me in. Please.
Hey. How'd you open it? After you.
Shrouds? Interesting. Shrouds are special single-use aerosols that can be used outside of battle and grant the party tactical advantages. Portasol and Agisol bestow their bonuses at the start of the battle. Deceptisol, on the other hand, shields the party from enemy detection, eliminating... I remember this. I used to use this when I wanted to speedrun certain parts of, like, Pulse. It's useful for avoiding combat, also for launching preemptive strikes.
Yeah, I didn't really, I didn't see the point to any of them and never used them until late in the game, and then I was like, why the fuck haven't I been using these all this time?
Mm-hmm. Okay. I have a controller in my hands. How does it not detect that? I mean, it does. It's got, like, the... Oh, my God. Okay.
These Pulse folks can learn a thing or two about interior design.
Good one, Saz.
There we go.
Need a breather?
Nah, I don't need a breather.
There you go. Stomping off on your own.
Oh, here we go. Yeah, B&W Outfitters. Buy. Iron Bangle. Unicorn Mart. And nothing useful. Let's see. Let's give Lightning an Iron Bangle. Let's give Saz an Iron Bangle. Nope. Okay. Do I have enough to buy one? I don't. Okay, never mind. Let's go, Saz.
Scare easy,
Oh yeah, I forgot. Once you beat a battle, it'll like zoom in on the person who got the killing shot and like show them putting their weapons away.
Which Saz has the least interesting of putting his weapon away.
And he just holsters guns. We see that all the day here in the States. Boring.
Speaking of guns, 2 cops got killed when they were going to investigate a shots fired call in Chicago. They got killed by a train.
What? How?
Don't know.
Say they got killed by a train station.
Okay. So, for what you're saying, Colby...
Some kind of welcoming present from that first recon team they sent in?
What you're saying, Colby, is that, I should, be killing as many enemies as possible to level all my characters up, because the difficulty spikes in this game are severe.
I mean, really the only difficulty spike that I remember was when you get your first Transformer. That one's a pain in the ass, but beyond that, I mean, there's later game enemies that are pains in the ass, but it's not so much difficulty as it's just the way they were designed. They're just so damn fast.
Mm-hmm. I remember, like, I still like talk about how Barthangelus is like was just the roadblock that I have to this day never gotten past. Uh-oh. Is this a preemptive strike? Yep. There we go. Okay, this enemy. Alright, it's the beginning of the game, so this shouldn't be hard. Uh-oh.
Yeah, basically when you run into the version of that enemy that had these sharp, pointy fingers that spins real fast, that's pain in the ass.
Hard to believe no one noticed this thing for all these
I remember
years.
that, like,
Especially because there will be battles where you'll have like 3 of them all on you at once.
now that I'm like slowly remembering a lot of the mechanics in this game, I know like there were like a couple of mini bosses that I found in the game that were just fuck off impossible to complete.
I know the first Pope experience was difficult as shit.
Mm-hmm. I don't exactly know the strategy that I got to get through it, but I remember it was really, really hard. Alright.
Of course, if you grind like fucking hell and get some characters' limit breaks before then, I can't imagine the amount of grinding for that.
No, yeah. When it comes to grinding in this game, I don't know. It's way more interesting to just go through the story than it is to... Wait, what? I just got a fucking sword. Okay. Let's equip that. Okay. Okay. Gladius, what does this do? Downs my magic, but super buffs my, Okay. Alright, that's, I think
That's one other thing I liked about 13 on is, they got rid of, you know, every character having like 20 different fucking stats to look at that really amounted to nothing.
Mm-hmm. That, and I think, is a Kingdom Hearts thing, having just 2 stats, defense and like attack or something. Go ahead, yeah, sir.
What game are you talking about?
This game.
No, the one that added a lot of stats.
No, the previous Final Fantasies had a bunch of stats. This got rid of them. In other Final Fantasies, you would have like 6 different stats that just applied to attack and defense, but then also special stats for magic and magic defense. Those were spread across like 3 stats each, and then of course you'd always have luck, which didn't really seem raising your luck stat affected like poison rates and stuff all that much.
You gonna want to call it a night soon, Colby?
Yeah, I'm heading to bed.
Okay, let me get to a save point, then we'll call it there. I'll make sure to like be available earlier on tomorrow so that we can continue just fine.
Robotic death machines.
Oh, we got a cutscene.
If those things are still around, might be some soldiers trapped in here too. Except they'd probably be l'Cie by now.
Leave them.
Nah.
Not even human anymore. Just post l'Cie. Enemies of Cocoon. Can't show them any mercy.
Sounds of the real racist.
Yeah. Meanwhile, with Snow,
there's the next one.
Fucking bridge. Okay, let's find a save point, and then we'll call it a night. None there, none there. Alright, I beg of you to hold on for just a moment. I think there's an item back here. Okay, I've been duped. What about... over there? Nothing either. Okay, never mind. Yes, okay. Oh, okay, alright. Hold on, we gotta punch a couple of dogs, and... what are these? Like, hula hooping, like, traffic cones? Whatever they are, like, they're so easy to kill that I wonder, like, why they're...
Pretty sure they're Porygons.
Yeah.
Alright, so we got an enemy. We're gonna make an enemy, and it's gonna look like a panther. What do we want to call it? Pantheron?
Just too
Gold,
easy.
gold, pure gold.
Is that what they're actually called?
That's what that panther is. Pantheron.
I didn't even pay attention. Now that I...
During the week, panther on, but when the weekend rolls around, panther off.
Whoops.
Do they bounce?
All right.
I love that. From this one on, when I press the button, I'm gonna go, huh!
Hang on, baby.
Steel guard.
Heroes on the way. Hang on, baby. Your heroes on the way.
He is here. Calling himself a hero.
He's coming our way.
What should I do?
Tell him what you need to.
You've got a
Making
gun.
sail change what happened.
I'm sorry?
Remember, Vanille's gift to
We
Hope
could just run
was a
away.
fucking gun. Wait, I missed that line of dialogue. What did you say to him?
We could just run away.
Alright, let's find a save point. Come on, Vanille. Oh my god, why is there no save points? Alright, I'm just gonna run past these enemies and look for a save point. I know there's gotta be one nearby. There we go, here's one.
No, that teleports you to World 5.
Do. Alright, okay. Thank you for sticking with us, Colby, through all that trial and error.
Mm-hmm.
I'll be free tomorrow to continue.
Okay.
Until then, I will catch you all nerds later.
Hmm.